What's good, y'all? Welcome to my review for WrestleMania 35. Now I'm a bit late with this one. Been a couple days. Been busy. Plus the show was 7 fucking hours, which I'll talk about the length later on in the video around the end. But overall, I thought WrestleMania was a great show. Definitely a lot better than I would say. This is probably the best WrestleMania we've gotten since WrestleMania 30. I'd say this is the best one since that. So anyway, talk about each match, give you guys what I thought of each one, and then we'll just go from there. So we started off actually, which I'm not gonna talk about the pre-show because I don't need to. I didn't watch the pre-show. Although apparently Candice LeRae and actually Kairi Sane made an appearance at the Women's Battle Royal. So hey, that's cool, I guess. I heard they didn't last long. Figures, but whatever. Anyway, so we actually started off with the Universal title match, which I was actually surprised by this one. Paul Heyman, after they had the national anthem or America the Beautiful, or whatever the hell song they played. Paul Heyman came to the ring and says, we're not going to wait here all night. We got a flight to go back. We have a flight to New Vegas. We got a cat, so we're just going to get to do this right now. So Brock Lesnar comes out, with the Universal title and everything, and then Seth Rollins comes out, which I gotta say, I liked his entrance here, which I gotta say, the arena itself was a little bit to be desired, it was kind of basic after WrestleMania 34, which I really dug WrestleMania 34's then, where they actually had like that mask on it in the front. This was kind of basic, it was just like it was a mixture of it was like Crown Jewels Arena mixed with like an LED board that was meant to show off like, the titles of like, the wrestlers and everything. It was pretty basic, but it was fine, I guess. Anyway, so we first have Brock Lesnar's skull, then we have a sword, and then we have the sword going through it, and the sword comes back and says Beast Slayer on it. Seth Rollins play out. But I like his attire that he wore for this. You guys might not pick this up, but he was actually wearing the same attire, or at least maybe not the same attire, but at least the same pattern and same colors that he wore when he cashed in at WrestleMania 31. With the black and yellow. I thought that was great attention to detail there by Seth Rollins. I really dug that. Because I thought it was like a really nice decision. I thought that was great. Which speaking of attires, I missed this. I forgot to talk about this in my takeover review for New York. But Johnny Gargano was rocking Iron Man attire, which I thought was great. And actually, Kairi Sane's attire actually kind of has me a little bit interested because if you guys saw Taylor, you know that she was wearing blue and pink. The same colors that are of Dark Magician Girl from Yu-Gi-Oh! I don't know if she was paying tribute to Yu-Gi-Oh! Or not, but that's kind of interesting. I mean, she is Japanese after all, and Yu-Gi-Oh! Is an anime. But, for all I know, it could have been some other magical girl anime I've never heard of. I don't know. But whatever the case may be, yeah. So I like that he was wearing the same attire, the same colors they wore when he cast in WrestleMania 31. I thought that was great. We didn't even start the match off at first. It was just a straight up beatdown by Brock Lesnar. Throws him over the announce tables. Just beats the shit out of him. Has him come into the ring. The match finally begins. Seth Rollins ends up pushing Brock Lesnar to the referee. Then hitting with a low blow. 3 curb stops. And that's how it is. Overall, I thought the match was pretty good. A nice, good opening to the show. I would have preferred it was a little bit more like an actual match. Like, what happened with Daniel Bryan and Brock Lesnar at Survivor Series. Something like that. But, this was fine. This was pretty good. This was a nice, decent open to the show. And one thing, and I was like, and of course I filmed a bunch of reactions to WrestleMania guys, so you guys can see some of my reactions. But I was just going to which at first I was shocked that Seth was going to win the title. I thought Brock was going to keep the title because the Saudi show and everything. But thankfully, Seth actually won the title and is back on Monday Night Raw. Which actually, the Raw after Mania was pretty interesting. You had Kofi and Seth fight off title versus title, but ended up being DQ because the bar showed up and everything. But whatever. So yeah, that was awesome, and he won the title. I was super shocked by that because I didn't expect that, and I was wondering if he was going to do it. But once he gets up to the ramp, he does swing the Universal title around like he did when he won the WWE Championship at WrestleMania 31. I marked out for that one, man. That was cool. I even tweeted out, "The King Slayer is now the Beast Slayer." Yeah, if you guys follow me, you guys know I was going off when that happened. Next up, we had the AJ Styles versus Randy Orton match. Overall, this was also a great match. Nice, methodical. Randy Orton and AJ were doing a great job. I liked how, you guys might remember at SmackDown Live in the Go Home show, AJ tried to do the phenomenal forearm on Randy Orton, but Randy turned into an RKO. And of course, since they kind of spoiled that and you really didn't stay that for WrestleMania, I like when AJ went for it again. He knew better, so he kind of like went up, and Randy Orton was getting up for an RKO, but AJ didn't actually go up, and Randy just ended up falling to the floor, to the mat. I thought that was nice. Stuff like that was nice overall attention, but that superplex by Randy Orton, that stuff was fucking magical. That stuff was picture perfect. It was godlike. I fucking loved it. Overall, this match was also great. And I'm thinking to myself, oh my god. And also, there wasn't any like really crazy RKO spots I noticed. Unless I might have missed one, but yeah. And of course, me and like JD were like, oh shit, this is actually, so far so good. WrestleMania's actually turned out so good. Next up, we had the SmackDown Live Tag Titles match. I didn't even really watch this one, to be honest. I was busy doing other stuff, and I was also eating dinner when this was on, so I didn't see much of it. Apparently, they got rid of Ricochet's lasers, figures, but whatever. I guess it ain't the worst thing in the deal. But yeah, overall, what I did see in the match was pretty good. I thought when Cesaro was swinging around Ricochet and Sheamus is just doing his little hits to the chest against everybody. I thought that's pretty much what I saw. I pretty much saw the end of the match. Also, I liked Shinsuke's outfit. Him and Rusev were actually match outfit. They were wearing black, red, and white. Excellent colors. They looked amazing. I loved it. So that match was pretty good. Next up, we had next up we actually had the Falls Count Anywhere match between Shane McMahon and The Miz. This match was actually a lot better than I expected. Nice and visceral. It started off, nice and physical with Miz and Shane going at each other. It was great. One thing I thought was interesting is that when Shane went to do his where he jumps off the top rope and lands on the announce table, I forget what the move is called, that his elbow drop from the announce table. The Miz's dad actually showed up and was like, don't, with God in front of the Miz, don't do it. And so he takes off his jacket, gets in the ring and puts his fist up, and then Shane's like tries to adjust and make like how you actually put your fist up in a fist fight, and I'm just like, oh my god, how is this gonna turn out? And then Shane just started beating the shit out of him. Well, not beating the shit out of him. You could tell he was not putting much power behind it because this Miz's dad is 68 years old. And he's not a wrestler, so he was going at it. And then Miz checked on him, and then they ended up going all the way over to the background area. They were like Miz ended up throwing Shane over like the railing when he landed on like a golf cart. But the craziest spot was, of course, and when I wouldn't be surprised if it was Shane's idea, because by God, that man is like, I don't know Shane has a death wish. I don't know why he keeps doing all these crazy spots, but they go up to this tower area where they got cameras. I'm guessing those are for aerial shots of the crowd. They go up there and they keep going at it, but once Shane realizes he's at the edge of it, he starts apologizing to Miz. He's like, no, don't do it. I'm sorry. And Miz is telling him like, yo, go fuck yourself. And then he suplexes Shane off of that tower, and I was like, oh my god, this is rest in peace, Shane. And then Shane ended up actually winning the match because he was on top of the Miz. The ref counted 1, 2, 3. That spot was crazy, man. And I was like, oh my god, man. Shane, do you have a death wish or something, man? Why do you keep doing these ludicrous spots in your old age? Because isn't Shane like in his 60s now? I don't know why you still keep doing this shit, man, but whatever. Overall, it was a pretty good match. I even joked on Twitter saying when Shane was against the Edge, I said someone's gonna get Sparta kicked on Twitter. After that, and then when the spot happened, I was like, holy shit, crazy shit, man, crazy shit. After that, then the match is better than I expected. It was pretty good. I think the Miz should have won that one. I'm curious what they're gonna do with this rivalry. I wouldn't be surprised if they keep going with it, but we'll have to wait and see on that. Next up, we had the women's tag title match, and this is when the show went downhill and really fucking pissed me off. I tweeted before while the girls were making their entrance. I said, #WrestleMania. Can someone explain to me why the women's tag title match features the Samoan Steakhouse and the Iconics, women who couldn't wrestle their way out of paper bags, but not the Sky Pirates, Kairi Sane, and Io Shirai. SMH, #WrestleMania 35. And then JD posted, women's tag title match. Bathroom break in my case, coffee break. God awful, the sound of the crowd, don't care either. And they were right. And man, could you see the look of defeat and depression on Sasha and Bayley? The Bayley buddies didn't even go up when they were supposed to. A couple of them did, but not all of them. So, and you could just see they did, and Sasha and Bayley looked like they did not even want to be there. You could see the look of defeat in their eyes. It was fucking crazy, man. And then the Iconics show up, and and also Peyton Royce was wearing like flames on her on her attire, and I think either Corey or Michael Cole said that actually she's paying tribute to Eddie Guerrero. If she is, man, Eddie must have been rolling in his grave. Oh man, those women are fucking trash. And guess what? The Iconics won with a roll up. I was noticeably pissed. I said, are you fucking kidding me? The Iconics are fucking trash, and they're the new women's tag team champions. Fuck this shit. Why are people cheering them? Because they were legit cheers. People were legit cheering the Iconics. Why? They're fucking trash. JD said Sasha and Bayley will never do justice to the women's tag titles with the teams are like this. They couldn't. And I was hoping and praying to God that with the standalone takeover in June, we would see Boston Hug Connection versus the Sky Pirates. It looks like that ain't happening. Man, I cannot wait to watch the barn burners between the Iconics and the Samoan Steakhouse, or the Riot Squad, or the Divas of Doom, or how about Aaliyah and that other chick in NXT? Yeah, that's gonna be a 5-star classic, baby. or what was it, like Fire and Desire? Yeah, those are gonna be 5-star classics. God, kill me. And also, women tag titles are officially dead, absolutely dead. This company is a fucking disgrace. I wish Sasha would bounce with Bayley and go elite. I wouldn't be surprised if they do go to All Elite Wrestling at this point. Yeah, so that match was fucking terrible. Hated. And also, I saw in JD's review, people were legit telling him, at least his review, and I shit you not, that the Iconics are one of the most legit tag teams in the division right now.
You serious?
Yes, I wish I was joking. Really now? One of the most legit tag teams? I'm sorry, are y'all forgetting the 5-star classic at TakeOver Brooklyn between Sasha and Bayley? You know, and you know, I even talked about this in I think it was my Royal Rumble review, when the women's tag titles were actually when it first got announced, people were like saying, you know, which tag team do you want to win them? People who said the Icons, I would reply to them saying, you know, what the hell is wrong with you? And they wouldn't even listen to them, or they would just be like, blah blah blah. You want Sasha and Bayley to win. I'm like, am I the only one that has a fucking brain here? Am I the only sane one here? What am I not seeing the kinds of these fucking idiots do? Someone, please enlighten me. Someone, please enlighten me on that, because the Iconics are fucking trash. Anyway, so that was fucking terrible. And just like JD, score went down by at least 5 points. Anyway. Next up, we had the WWE Championship match. Thankfully, this redeemed the show. Thank God. This match was great. This match was amazing. Daniel Bryan, Kofi Kingston did great. Now, there was actually a little bit of some stuff that happened. Apparently, when there was, you guys might have saw the podium that was out there where the WWE title was where the WWE title was going to be at. But you guys might have noticed there was something underneath the little cloth. Now, me personally, when I saw it, I thought that was just there, just some stand or something there, just to keep the belt in place. But everyone else thinks that, you know, it's a WWE Championship, you know, they've already spoiled in it. And apparently, right when this match was going on, WWE launched a brand new Days t-shirt with Kofi, Biggie, and Xavier Woods all inside the WWE Championship on WWEshop.com. I didn't know that because I wasn't looking on WWEshop.com or scrolling through Twitter because I was watching the match. But if that was the case, yikes! WWE, y'all come on, why are y'all so sloppy with this? Like, why would you go this far and spoil a day like this, man? But anyway, So and also Biggie also showed Kofi there was a present there after that he was gonna show him after the match. Match itself was great. I liked how it was a little bit like the match between Matt Riddle and the Velveteen Dream at Takeover New York, where just like in the Matt Riddle match, Daniel Bryan was on the offense and keeping the pressure on Kofi Kingston, because as we know, let's be honest, even if you are a Kofi Kingston fan, which I am, Daniel Bryan is a far superior wrestler, just like the same thing with Matt Riddle. And so they kept it out, but of course, through adrenaline, of course, it's hard in the crowd helping out. Kofi ends up willing him. I like when Daniel Bryan hits him with chops. Kofi's like, "Come on, give me more, give me more, give me more." That stuff was great, and I liked how at the end of the match, after Daniel Bryan did those kicks he does straight to the face. I love that attack he's doing right now. He's doing now. When Kofi did the exact same thing to Daniel Bryan, I thought that was great. And of course, Kofi ended up winning the match. I think it was with Trouble in Paradise, and of course, Kofi's kids came out there. It was a great moment for everyone. I thought it was great. Me personally with this whole Kofi Mania things, I was like JD. I was with them with it. I was like, I was on the train. But I was like, oh yeah, Kofi Kingston, he's gonna win. He's like the thing. He's finally getting a title match after 11 years. Because, in all honesty, Kofi Kingston is not a WWE Championship caliber guy. He's no Daniel Bryan. Look, don't get me wrong. I like Kofi. I've always been a fan of Kofi ever since I started watching wrestling back in 2010. But when I say he's worthy of a WWE Championship reign, no, I would not go that far. And like I said, in this reign, and also guys, I'm sorry to burst y'all bubble, but if y'all are expecting to see CM Punk night reign with Kofi Kingston, you are a fucking fool. He is going to keep the belt till after the Saudi show, and then Daniel Bryan's going to get the belt back. Or someone else is going to get it. He's going to be a transitional champion. He ain't getting no long CM Punk reign. He's going to get, so enjoy while it's here, guys, because it won't last long. I'm going to enjoy it for as long as this, but I'm not expecting this to last long. Nor should it. Daniel Bryan's the best thing on SmackDown Live, so he should be the champion. And hopefully he does get the belt back, because Daniel Bryan is so fucking good right now, man. With his heel turn, it's perfection. So that match was great. What's next? We had I think next up was Rey Mysterio and Samoa Joe. No. Next up was Roman Reigns and Drew McIntyre. This match was fine. It was nice seeing Roman, back in the ring. He's still pretty good. Not really much any ring rust after being out for so long with leukemia and everything. And then also the man got hella fireworks when he came out. The match was fine. I've said this before, guys, but like I said, you guys know me. I'm not someone who's a huge Roman Reigns fan, but I don't hate him either. I do like Roman Reigns, mostly because I've always liked his moveset, and when I was watching that, kind of remind me of that, because after Drew slaps him, that intensity Roman shows when he just goes at with Superman punches and does that little that kick thing he does on the ring apron. That stuff is great. I've always liked Roman Reigns mostly just for his moveset, guys. So, I agree he's been overpushed and he should not be an Undertaker WrestleMania 33. But I don't hate Roman or anything. I do like Roman, but for the love of God, push somebody else, please. Anyway. So next up we had Rey Mysterio versus Samoa Joe. This match actually only ended up being like 5 minutes. Now you guys might know Rey was injured. So, and also at WrestleMania, Rey said he was about 90% good, so they took the chance and they ended the match quick. I'm glad now. Granted, I liked how it was quick because it shows us how dominant Samoa Joe is, and I like that he retained the title because I'm just glad Samoa Joe finally had the title, and I liked how Rey Mysterio was dressed up as Mysterio. Get it? So yeah, Rey goes for 619. Then does this like a little springboard thing. Joe catches him, puts him in the Coquina clutch. He passes out, and Samoa Joe retains the belt. So that was great. Showed off how badass Samoa Joe is, and nothing really to complain there. Next up, we had what match was next? Next up was Elias. So he comes in there, does his little concert, and then later on on the little LED board, we have this footage of Babe Ruth. And I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? Why am I looking at footage at Babe Ruth? Then comes John Cena as the Doctor of Thugonomics. I lost my shit at this point, because you guys know John's my favorite wrestler, and I love the Doctor of Thugonomics. I honestly prefer it over the gimmicks I had now. And oh my god, this was fucking perfect. This was the highlight of the show for me. I saw this was amazing. And so he gets in there, and he just starts roasting the ever living shit out of Elias. My favorite was, you like my movies, cause you suck. Something along those lines. Even though I like John's movies, I thought the Marine one was pretty good, 12 Rounds was pretty good, Legacy was pretty good. You guys already know what I thought of Bumblebee. So, it was like, and my favorite one was like, you like my nuts, and pulls out a bag of pistachio, because he voiced the elephant. Except you got a hairier bush. Stuff like that. It was also one where he said, you like to play with yourself. It was stuff like that. I love it. And he's like, you're not going to get the AA. You're going to get the FU. And so he does the straight up FU. Even does the pulling up the shoes thing he did. It was fucking great, man. I loved it. I love it every time John goes back to the Doctor of Thugonomics, man. It's always such a joy to watch. Okay, so that was great. That was without doubt the highlight of the match for me. Dakota Kai, as he posted this on Twitter, she says, "Oh my fucking god, Loki, my 2004 crush." Oh, I laughed so hard when I read these tweets, man. Next up was the Triple H and Batista match. This match was great. Batista comes out there, he has his SUV, does his entrance, even does the little fireworks thing. It was great. Then Triple H comes out there, and somebody's a fan of Mad Max, because it was straight up Mad Max. That was you had Mad Max inspired stuff going on. What was going on. And then when Triple H comes out, it's in a Mad Max style car. It was fucking great, man. I loved it. Because you guys know I love Mad Max. Fury Road is one of my favorite movies, man. So the match itself was overall great. There was this part where Triple H puts grabs his toolbox, hits Batista with it, and then he gets these pliers, puts all of Batista's fingers into it, puts his hand puts his hand on the steel steps, kind of as reverse, and just stomps on them. And I was like, rest in peace, rest in peace, Batista. And there's also this one where you had a chain around Batista's face. Great stuff. But oh my god, the most cringe-inducing one was when Triple H puts Batista's on the ground. Triple H puts a steel chair on top of him, has some other other pliers, and rips Batista's nose ring off. And the man was legit bleeding. I mean, it wasn't that much, but he was still bleeding. And Triple H shows it off like a trophy, and man, it was great. Also, the power bomb of the steel set spots was also pretty good. We end the match with Triple H hitting Batista with a sledgehammer that Ric Flair gave him, and gets him the pedigree. 1, 2, 3. Match is over. Okay, what was next? What was it? The Finn Balor match? No. I think it was no. Yeah, it was Kurt Angle that was next. Didn't really care. Baron Corbin won. Whatever. Next up, we have Bobby Trashley versus the Demon Finn Balor. This match was fine. I didn't hate it. But first off, I have to ask, why the fuck is Bobby Trashley wearing green eye contact lenses? That was just distracting as hell! And of course, the Demon came out there, his entrance was great. It was nice seeing the Demon again. But can somebody fucking explain to me why the Demon was struggling so much to pick up Bobby Trashley? The man, he was trying to put him up in a powerbomb, and he had to do it he had to hit Bobby Trashley 3 times on 3 separate times just to finally lift him up. I'm sorry, last time I checked, the Demon is like Finn Balor with the Venom symbiote, so why is he struggling to lift this guy up? The Demon's supposed to be elevate Finn Balor's, skills and make him, elevate him. It's his dark side coming out. So why is he struggling so much to lift this guy? I wouldn't be surprised if that was Vince McMahon's call to make sure Bobby Trashley looks good, even in defeat, whatever. He wins the Intercontinental title, thank God. Match is over. Next up, we have the main event. This match, I would say, was probably match of the night for me. I'll discuss a little bit why in a second. So, at first, I love Charlotte's entrance. I love how when she comes out, she actually comes out in a helicopter to where MetLife Center is, or MetLife Stadium, excuse me. Which I'll explain. Can someone explain to me why they kept calling New Jersey the shadow of New York? Why don't they just call it Jersey? Did Jersey wrong Vince McMahon or something? Why do they keep calling it the shadow of New York, just saying New Jersey? I don't understand this. I don't know. But Charlotte comes out in a helicopter, has her robe on, and makes her way to the ring. I thought she was going to come out first, but then Ronda comes out where she actually has the, I don't know her name, but the one that actually performs her song comes out. She's actually performing. And actually, if you pay attention, you can see Ronda smiling when she first comes out there. But of course, when she gets back to where the ramp is, she's of course all serious, bitch Ronda. So that was pretty cool. I bet Ronda just couldn't hold it in there. She just had a smile when she saw that. So that was pretty cool. So Charlotte comes out there, does her little shtick. The man comes out, no lavish entrances, just some smoke. I like that. And also, the match itself was great. I thought it was awesome. I love the intensity was there. All these women were going right at each other's throats. It was great. Charlotte and Becky were teaming up occasionally throughout the match to take out Ronda. There was this one sick spot where Ronda has the armbar on shot. She's hanging upside down against over the ropes, and Ronda Becky slides in there, hits Ronda's back. She lets go, and she lands back first on the ring apron before she falls to the ground. Yikes! That must have hurt. And also, Ronda's leg was really fucked up in the match. Like, you can see there was some really bad bruising on it. I don't know where that was from, but yikes! It looked nasty. There's also another table spot which I like. I like when Becky got the table out. When Ronda she just flipped over and says no tables are for bitches. I love that, man. That was great. And so then they end up putting it against one of the ring posts. And Charlotte goes into it, and I swear to God, Charlotte is cursed. Because every time this woman has a table spot, it never breaks. I swear, Charlotte is cursed with table spots, man. And I loved at the end of the match, we had Ronda and Becky going at it. I love how messed up Becky's hair was, and the look that she gave Ronda. It was great. And so she just go at each other's throat. Now, of course, there was a little bit of controversy in this match with how it ended. Ronda goes in for Piper's Pit. Becky counters into a pin attempt, and Ronda's shoulders was up at the 2 count, but the ref still kept counting. Now, I don't know. Now, this honestly looked like, me personally, this could have been all storyline, but I wouldn't be surprised this actually was a bot, because it was pretty anticlimactic way to end the match. Because I'm sure you guys, just like me, was envisioning Ronda having Becky tapping out Ronda with the disarmer, not like a roll up, not like a kind of roll up like this. So I wouldn't be surprised if this actually was a botch by either Ronda, but I don't know. But Becky wins the titles, and it's over. Overall, like I said, this was a damn good show. Really, really good. It was a lot better than I expected. So I would definitely say WrestleMania 35 was overall thumbs up show. Was it any good? Was it anywhere near TakeOver? Ha! Fuck no! Because TakeOver is TakeOver. But yeah. Now let me talk about the length real quick. I will have to agree, 7 hours is far too long for a show. WrestleMania, because also you can see the crowd was out of it around the halfway point. They peaked with Kofi, and by that point they were just on the decline. They did come back a lot for Batista and Becky, but they weren't really there. And I can definitely say that WrestleMania from now on should be 4 hours, 5 hours max, because that way the crowd won't be dead by the end of it. Because if the show was shorter, because really they honestly hurted the main event with how long the show went, because the crowd was barely in it. So. Next, definitely agree with JD. This show was too fucking long. 5 hours at max. WrestleMania should be not 7 hours. I mean, come on, WWE, come on, man. But anyway, overall, like I said, I thought it was overall a great show. As my final verdict, I would give WrestleMania 35 an 8.5 out of 10, guys. So hope you all enjoyed the video. Like if you did, subscribe if you're new. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter if you like it. Links down in the description box below. And as always, come back for more.